guys for the Steppin' Up school themed hop that's happening today. This is such a fun hop. Sara from Sara Scraps puts it on every year. I think this is my third or fourth year participating, and it's just lots of fun. I have lots of back to school pictures and school themed pictures, so this is always a good time to kind of pull those out and get them scrapbooked. And there's a different theme every year, so there's always that kind of fun challenge of fulfilling the theme. And then also it's Scraptember as well as 30 days of sketches. So Christy and the Scrappy sisters and Laura have all combined their month-long series together to have this just like uber cool month-long giant series with lots and lots of participants and tons of inspiration. Every day there is a sketch and a theme, and some people are playing along every single day. They're doing both the sketch and the theme. Other people are maybe only doing the sketch or only doing the theme, and even more people are just kind of jumping in here and there all month long. So I decided to combine these two together. But whether you just want to do the school hop or you want to look into the Scraptember stuff, there are so many people playing along and so much inspiration. Oh, that was my little guy saying hi to you guys. He loves seeing himself in the camera. So please check out the links down below because there's just so much fun going on. This is a really, really fun hop. And so I did show you at the beginning of my video the sketch for today. And the theme for today is selfies, but the theme for the school hop is Steppin' Up. So I kind of knew I probably wasn't going to have a selfie included in this layout, but I kind of had it in the back of my mind that selfie was the theme. And so I figured I would go ahead and definitely keep the square photo that you see in the sketch, because to me, I kind of think selfies and square photos go hand in hand. Most of the time, if I'm taking a selfie, I'm probably posting it on Instagram, and so it's square, and so that's sort of my little kind of harken back to the selfie theme. And I had very good intentions of following the sketch as well, but you'll see I kind of go off on my own little adventure and I don't stick very closely to it. But there's a few places where, again, I was kind of keeping it in the back of my mind what the sketch looked like, and, throwing in a few little things to kind of go back and relate to that sketch when I could. And so now you can see my layout is all about our shoes. I have that amazing shoe paper from Dear Lizzie that Christy sent me, and so I really wanted to use it. And of course, Christy is the creator of 30 Days of Sketches, so I love that there was kind of that little extra nod to her in the layout, because I got that paper from her. And then, of course, with this school theme of Steppin' Up, I thought this was a great time to document all of our Converse. At back to school, we always go through the kids' shoes anyways, so we were just, trying on shoes, making sure that they had shoes before we went out and had to buy them new ones. And I realized that everyone in our house has at least one pair of Converse, but most of us have two, and we even have a little baby pair for the babies. So that's sort of where this is going, where this layout is going, is I just wanted to document all of our cool shoes. And most of us pick black and white. We're pretty basic when it comes to our Converse. We kind of like the classics. My husband is a shoe collector, so he has a couple of exclusive pairs, I guess you would say, but for the rest of us, we kind of like our black and white. I have had a pair of mint Converse before, and I had a pair of coral colored Converse before, but the ones I have right now are just all black. So anyways, I don't know why I'm talking so much about shoes, but that's where I'm taking this layout. So I wanted to have the black and white paper in the background to sort of resemble the shoes, and then lots and lots of colors from this collection from Dear Lizzie to just really pull out all those beautiful colors that are in the shoe paper, and kind of let those colors pop against the black and white from all of our Converse shoes. So once I pulled out the black and white cardstock and started to sort of put it all together, that's where I kind of went off on my own direction instead of sticking to the sketch, because I kind of liked that layered look. I feel like with the shoes, you can see, for example, in the baby's little shoes there, you can kind of see at the toe how it's all white, and then there's just that little strip of black, and so my background kind of has that feeling as well, so it's mirroring the shoes. And then, of course, I wanted to have a big piece of the Converse shoe paper, so I kind of layered that up, but I felt like it wouldn't stand out as much on the white background as it does on that black background, so that's where that extra little mat came from. Both pictures got a black mat and a white mat, again, to really help them kind of stand out. And I even put a little bit of foam behind the square picture just so that it has some dimension and stands up a little bit from the longer picture. That one's sort of a picture of all of our shoes together, but I really just wanted to highlight how super adorable those little Converse are for the baby. So yeah, I kind of didn't really stick to that sketch, but here, going back and kind of thinking about the elements of the sketch, I really wanted to have some horizontal elements, and so that's where the strips of paper came in. So you saw me just kind of going on either side of the little hole because I have all of the papers held together by a tag. I just kind of took chunks off of either side of the branding strips. They have such beautiful, bright, bold colors, so I thought those would be really fun to use, but I still wanted to hold all of my papers together. So that's what I was doing. And then one of the little cut apart pieces was that rainbow paper. But by the time I got all my strips together, I felt like it was too busy and I didn't want to throw in a thicker or a wider, I guess you would say, rainbow paper. So I just cut that in half and went ahead and put a piece at the bottom and a piece at the top, and kind of layered those other branding strips so that you could see all the different colors peeking out, but I didn't want them to all be lined up super perfect because in the sketch, you can see that the lines are maybe mixed media, or they're not perfect. They look sort of painted on. So I didn't want my strips to be perfect. And then for that really fun vertical element that you see in the sketch, I thought it would be fun to cut out all of the shoes. So I took a chunk of the shoe paper and I just fussy cut a whole bunch of shoes. And at first you saw me sort of playing around. I thought maybe I would do little sort of embellishment clusters, and then I thought instead of doing it vertically down the page, I would do maybe a diagonal sort of across the page scattering of the shoes, and then in the end I did actually even try doing just a down vertical sort of in the same way that you see in the sketch, but in the end I just felt like the shoes didn't read the same way that the snowflakes do in the sketch, so it didn't look right just having these shoes kind of randomly placed in the different spots that I tried. So I just took all of them and kind of lined them at the top and the bottom, and I think that they look really, really cute, and it kind of makes sense. Like you would walk in a line, or you have your shoes lined up at the door, that kind of thing. And so I think it just made sense for my eye that that's where they needed to go. And now you can really see the detail of all of the shoes and kind of register that those are shoes that I've fussy cut. And I think they're just really super, super cute. And again, they kind of bring in all that extra fun color. And so once I kind of got those put down, I decided I also wanted to do a whole bunch of sequins and just kind of bring that whimsy and the fun and just those different kind of shapes and different textures into the layout as well. So I went to my Spiegel Mom Scraps sequins, and I found the Rainbow Bright sequins, and I just picked one of each color and kind of did these little clusters. So a cluster up at the top where I also added a few labels. I kind of wanted to break up some of those horizontal lines, and that gave me a good place for journaling. And then a cluster down sort of in the middle where I put my title, which I just put Cool Kicks. I'm trying to use up all of those really beautiful Dear Lizzie thickers that I have there. They're the pink foam core with that, I don't know if it's copper. It's not quite rose gold. It's more like a copper, but they're really pretty. But I'm starting to run out of full words that I can spell. So I had to even use a Z on the end of my kicks. So it says Cool Kicks, just a really simple title. And then I put a few sequins down in the bottom as well. And then also some tone on tone in my strips there that you can see. And I finished everything off with some splatters of just some of the darker colors and a little bit of gold. And that's it. That's my layout. I really love how this turned out. It was so much fun. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're new here, welcome and thank you for joining. Please go and check out all of the links down below and join in on all the fun. There's so much going on today. And until next time, happy scrapping. Bye.